As the girl who has turned into a scary woman with no teeth carried Akpan roughly through the dark forest, her evil laughter piercing the stillness of the night, Akpan's heart pounded with fear. His small frame trembled in her grasp, his innocent eyes wide with terror, as he searched desperately for any sign of a familiar place or thing, or a comforting touch. But all he found was the oppressive darkness closing in and suffocating him. With each step, the woman's grip tightened, her fingers digging into Akpan's tender flesh like claws of a predator. Her laughter grew louder, more evil, as if mocking his helplessness and despair. Akpan whimpered softly, tears streaming down his cheeks as he longed for the warmth and safety of his family. Forests seemed to stretch on endlessly, tangled undergrowth and twisted trees, casting frightening shadows upon the forest floor as the moon shone bright from above. Akpan's heart sank as he realized that he was truly alone, lost in a world filled with darkness and danger. Suddenly, a rustling in the bushes ahead sent shivers down Akpan's spine. He clung to the woman's tattered cloak, his breath catching in his throat as he braced himself for whatever horrors lurked in the shadows more than he was already into. But to his surprise, a faint glimmer of light emerged from the depths of the forest, beckoning him forward with its gentle glow. With a flicker of hope igniting within him, Akpan summoned his courage and removed his hand forcefully from the woman's grasp and ran with all his strength towards the light, his little footsteps echoing softly against the forest floor. As he grew closer, the light grew brighter, illuminating the path ahead with its golden radiance. The woman, realizing that her prey was about to escape, pursued him, but he entered the light just before she could touch him again. Finally emerging from the darkness, Pan found himself standing before a clearing, bathed in light. A sanctuary among the chaos of the forest. In the center of it stood majestic oak trees, their ancient branches reaching towards the heavens like outstretched arms. The oak trees snatched the young boy from the cruel hand that meant him harm. They hid him amongst themselves, standing as though they never moved. But sensing that he has found help, kept as still as the trees, his young heart filled with relief and gratitude. But, but little did Akpan know the forest held many secrets. As the night stretched on and the moon dipped below the horizon, Akpan's feet hung in the balance. For days, Akpan remained hidden within the embrace of the oak trees, his breath shallow and his senses alert for any sign of danger. He dare not move, fearing that the slightest sound would betray his presence to the woman who sought to harm him. And so he lay perfectly still, his eyes darting anxiously between the shadows that danced upon the forest floor. As the days wore on, the old bent woman, unable to enter the circle of light, gave up. Her malevolent laughter grew fainter and fainter as she drew far away, until it disappeared entirely into the depths of the forest. With a sigh of relief, Akpan dared to peek out from his hiding place, his eyes scanning the surrounding trees for any sign of movement. But all was quiet, save for the gentle rustling of leaves in the morning breeze. With cautious steps, Akpan emerged from the shelter of the oak trees, his heart heavy with the weight of uncertainty. He knew that he was far from home, lost in a vast and unfamiliar land, with no one to guide him. As the day dawned and the forest awoke from its slumber, Akpan realized the magnitude of his predicament. He was deep within the heart of the great forest, surrounded by towering trees and tangled undergrowth, as far as the eye could see. Panic threatened to overwhelm him as he struggled to make sense of his surroundings, his mind racing with thought of his family and the home he had left behind. But amidst the chaos of his thoughts, Akpan knew that he could not afford to give up or give in to despair. He had survived the clutches of the evil woman, and now he must summon the strength and courage to find his way back to his loved ones. He knelt in gratitude to the ancient trees that helped him and sought for their guidance in finding his way home. And a gentle breeze swayed the leaves towards a direction. And Akpan, sensing this as an answer, ray of hope igniting within him as he sought his way home. And for hours, Akpan wandered through the labyrinth of trees and foliage, his senses attuning to the sights and sounds of the village around him. As he walked beyond the lines of the ancient oaks, he encountered all manner of creatures, from playful squirrels to elusive deers, hiding from dangerous-looking animals, each offering a glimpse into the beautiful hidden life that thrived within the forest. Then he came up on a little path and followed the gentle murmur of a nearby stream, hoping that it would lead him to a community and to safety. His short ordeal seeming to have matured him beyond his years, because as he came close to the stream, his reflection showed the face of a young man and not the little boy he had been. This caused him much fear, because he thought the stream must be deceiving him. Surely, how can he age only within a few nights he has spent in the forest? This gave him determination to find his way and continue in his journey out of the mysterious forest. But as the day stretched on and the sun continued to rise and set, Akpan's hope began to wane. The forest seemed to stretch on endlessly, its dense foliage obscuring any resemblance of a path or trail. Exhaustion gnawed at his limbs and thirst parched his throat, but still he pressed on, driven by the memory of his family's love and the promise of reunion. As the afternoon sun dipped towards the horizon, Akpan looked up, and his discouraged heart was rewarded by the sight of smoke rising in the distance. With renewed determination, he quickened his pace, his heart pounding with anticipation as he drew closer to the source of the smoke. And then, at long last, he emerged from the depth of the forest into a clearing bathed in golden sunlight. His eyes widened in awe at the sight that greeted him. Before him stood a humble village, nestled amidst the trees, its thatched roof huts and winding pathways a beacon of hope. Tears welled up in Akpan's eyes as he realized that he had finally found sanctuary, a place where he could rest and replenish his strength before continuing his journey home. With a grateful heart, Akpan stepped into the village, his footsteps tired and his feet worn out. And as the villagers gathered around him, drawn by the sight of the weary young traveler, Akpan thought help had come. But amidst the warmth and hospitality of the village, Akpan couldn't shake the nagging feeling of unease that lingered at the back of his mind. He had noticed something strange about the village, something that set it apart in his young mind. No strangers passed through their land, and the villagers spoke in hushed tones about a boundary that one could not cross without facing dire consequences. Determined to uncover the truth behind the village's secret, Akpan sought out the village head, a wise and respected elder who everyone believed had all the answers. Sitting beneath the shade of a towering oak tree, Akpan shared his story with the village head, recounting his harrowing journey through the forest and the kindness of the oak trees that had sheltered and guided him to safety. How he had grown from a little boy who needed looking after to a man in a matter of days. Village head listened intently to Akpan's tale, his eyes filled with compassion and understanding. And when Akpan had finished speaking, the village head nodded solemnly, his weathered face edged with worry. Your journey has not been an easy one, young Akpan, the village head said, his voice grave. But know that you are safe here amongst us, for we are bound by a sacred duty to protect our land and its secret from outsiders. Confusion clouded Akpan's mind as he struggled to make sense of the elderly man's words. But why? He asked, his brow furrowed with curiosity. What secret could this village possibly hold that would warrant such vigilance? The village head's gaze softened, his eyes betraying a hint of sadness as he spoke. Long ago, our ancestors made a pact with the spirits of the forest, promising to safeguard its treasures and mysteries from those who would seek to exploit them for their own gain. And in return, the forest granted us its protection, shielding us from harm and guiding us through the darkness of times. The forest holds the secrets to long life, and in it also lies the power of death. It came as a shock to me that we were given solace by the ancient oaks themselves. You see, no one is allowed to know of their existence, and those who venture in are not allowed to live. For their existence is not to be known because they are to maintain the balance of the earth. So they must not be corrupted. So the forest not only gave you protection and guided you out of its borders, but it also granted you eternal youth. I am worried as well as curious to know why. Why has it gifted you what many have killed to obtain? What are you expected to do with such a terrifying gift? You see, one of our ancestors ventured into the forest to obtain its gifts, and for many years he was not found. And thinking he was dead, his people performed his burial rites. But one sunny day, he showed up, younger than he left. Later, when the fear of him being a ghost had subsided, he told the tale of his bargain with the ancient beings of the oak forest who reside inside the oak trees themselves. For the price of trespass, he and his descendants will forever guide the way to the forest. So no man will again seek for its secret, for it is not obtained without much consequences to the generations of the bloodline. At this point, Akpan became much afraid, and he asked the old man trembling, what must he do? But the old wise man looked at him and said, he has nothing to fear, for the ancient forest sought him out and not the other way round. Akpan listened in awe as the village head spoke of ancient legends and forgotten truth, his heart heavy with the weight of the knowledge that had been hidden from all for so long. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting its golden rays upon the village below, Akpan knew that he had stumbled upon something greater than himself, a legacy that had endured through the ages. But despite the village head's assurance of safety and protection, Akpan could not shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at his soul. He longed to uncover the mysteries of the forest, to unravel the secrets that lay hidden beneath its surface, and to forge a path towards understanding and enlightenment. And so, as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Akpan bade farewell to the people that became like family and embarked on a journey of discovery, venturing beyond the boundaries of the village in search of answers to the questions that plagued his mind. He wandered through the dense undergrowth of the forest, following the whispers of the wind and the gentle murmur of the streams. His senses attuned to the subtle rhythm of the natural mysterious world. But with each step he took, Akpan encountered new challenges and obstacles that tested his courage and resolve. From treacherous ravines to dense thickets of thorns, the forest seemed determined to thwart his effort at every turn. Yet, undeterred by adversity, Akpan pressed on, driven by a fierce determination to uncover the truth and to unlock the secrets that lay hidden within the heart of the forest. And as he ventured deeper into the land, Akpan began to feel a sense of kinship with the ancient spirit that dwells within its depths, their presence guiding him along the path. For he now knows that he was not alone in his quest, that the forest itself was his ally and protector, leading him towards a destiny that was greater than anything he could have ever imagined. And little did Akpan know the greatest challenges still lay ahead, and the mysteries of the forest were far more complex and interesting than he could have ever imagined. And as he delved deeper into the labyrinth of trees and shadows, Akpan found himself drawn towards a hidden grove at the heart of the forest, a place of ancient power and unfathomable wisdom, not knowing what lies within it for him. But a strange thing did happen. The village that has been held bound by the powers of the ancient oaks were set free. Meanwhile, back in the little village nestled in the midst of the forest, a strange thing did happen. The borders that has been hidden and held bound by the powers of the ancient oaks were set free. They could once again be seen as they could see, but previously no one could see, perceive, or be aware of their existence. There was a legend of a village that disappeared with all its inhabitants long ago, but no one knew that the village was where it always was, but could not be seen, even though the villagers saw all that goes on around them. Akpan's journey released them from their bondage, so once again they became visible to the eyes of men. The ancient wise man who told Akpan his story was freed to die as he had been held bound to his old bones for many hundreds of years. But before he died, he sent messengers to the village of Ibi, to the family of Akpan, to tell them that Akpan had been chosen to become the new guardian of the great oak forest, and in return, his family and all who carry his blood shall never die young, and wealth shall forever be their lot through all generations. Akpan continued in his search as he grew stronger and wiser, and he became the strong guardian of the great oak forest. Hey, lovelies. It's always a wonderful time out sharing stories with you. Hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Your comments are very important. If you enjoyed it, drop a word. I'd love to hear from you. Remain blessed. Bye.